Welcome back to another episode of All Access with the Profs, live from Bosworth Hall. I'm Kyle Hoose.
And I'm Lloyd Wilson. We got a lot to get into today. Well, it's going to be our final show, unfortunately, Kyle. And for it to be our final show, we got to talk about all Rowan sports, baseball, softball, lacrosse. We're going to get into it all today.
Yeah, it's crazy that this is the last episode of the season, but we're going to be coming back. We got a little combine clip to be shown later.
Well, it's going to be fun.
I'm happy to talk about Rowan sports, especially about what football could be coming up in the next season. But yeah, so
more Ravens offense.
A little bit. Rowan and Stockton battled to an NJAC doubleheader split on Wednesday afternoon. The Profs took Game 1 5-0, but saw the Ospreys win the second 2-0. Rowan scored all the 5 runs in the first inning thanks to 4 hits, 3 walks, and an error. August was in control after the fourth, working 1, 2, 3 innings to the rest of the way to earn them the win. The team got back to it on Saturday when they traveled to Kane University for 2 NJAC games.
Patrick DeFiciani hit 2-run home run in the 8th inning to rally number 7 Rowan to an 8-7 win over the visiting TCNJ in the NJAC baseball action. The Profs run their record to a 22-6 and 8-2 in the conference. DeFiciani's timely hit, which came after TCNJ erased a 6-1 lead and took a 7-6 edge in the top of the 8th, was his second homer of the year. Ryan Murphy hit a 2-out single and crossed the plate with a tying run on DeFiciani's hit. DeFiciani, Murphy, Tyler Cannon, Anthony Schooley, and Ryan Mastrangeli each had 2 hits for the Profs. Eric DiDomenico and Murphy scored 2 runs apiece. Starter Michael Miles went 5 innings and allowed just 1 hit and 1 run while striking out 3. Mike Shanahan entered in the 8th and earned the victory as well, striking out 2 while Christian Buchanan notched his 6th save of the season, retiring all 3 batters in the 9th. TCNJ struck first, scoring in the 2nd inning on an RBI single from Justin Macario. But the Profs answered back with 2 at the bottom of the half inning, while Anthony Schooley doubled and went with the bases loaded, scoring on a sacrifice fly by Nick Fazio. DiDomenico pushed the Profs ahead 2-1 when he crossed the plate on a double from Cannon. Rowan added more in the 4th with a 3-run home run by Murphy, bringing home Chris Curcio, who reached base on a walk, and Cannon, who had also singled. It was the junior right fielder's team-high 7th home run of the year. The Profs scored 1 in the 5th, and Curcio sacrificed fly to bring home DiDomenico and build the lead to 6-1. TCNJ started its comeback in the 7th and got on 1 run off a reliever from David Levin and 1 off of Patrick Sudnovich, and the Lions loaded the bases as well. Dylan Maria entered the game and struck out 2 and got the 3rd out as well, knocked out a line drive and threw out Chris Cote, and first to end the inning as the Lions cut the deficit to 6-4. TCNJ wasn't finished as it scored 3 in the 8th, led by a 2-run double from Macario to take the lead 7-5. Murphy singled with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th to set the stage for DeFiciani's game winner. Rowan continues a stretch of 5 games in 4 days when it heads to Rutgers Camden for a single game on Thursday when it will host the Scarlet Raptors.
Elise Cohen tallied 5 goals, and Ashley Lechster netted the 100th career Rowan's lacrosse game. They dominated Rutgers Camden 20-3 in the NJAC action today. This marks the 2nd straight win for the Profs, improving them to 6-7 and 2-1 in the conference. The Profs stacked a 4-0 lead with the goals from Cohan before Rutgers Camden got on the board with a pair. The floodgates then opened up when Rowan scored 16 consecutive goals in the 4th quarter to run up a 20-2 lead. The Profs return home to face Kane on Saturday, April 23rd at 6 p.m., in which their celebration will be senior night.
Ryan Murphy accounted for both runs as number 7 Rowan ranked 2-1 in the victory against Rutgers Camden in NJAC baseball action, and Ryan Mastrangeli drove in a winning run. Profs left-hander Eli Attia went 8 innings, striking out 8 to earn his 7th victory of the year as Rowan improves to 23-6. Murphy hit his team-high 8th home run in the 3rd inning, a solo shot to give the Profs a 1-0 lead. It was the 2nd game in a row of a homer. Rutgers Camden, which out-hit the Profs 9-6, tied up in the 4th and RBI single by Diego Salazar. In the 8th, Murphy doubled, and with 2 outs, Mastrangeli doubled to the right side of the field to bring home Murphy with a winning run. Christian Buchanan took over in the 9th inning and held the Scarlet Raptors scoreless to pick up the NJAC leading 7th save of the season. Rowan plays its third game in a row on Friday when it hosts Rutgers Camden in a single game beginning at 3:30.
The New Jersey Athletic Conference announced its weekly awards that features 5 Rowan student athletes among its ranks. Nicole Notarani was named to the NJAC Women's Outdoor Track and Field and the Track Athlete of the Week, with teammate Navaja LaJource selected of the NJAC Rookie of the Week. Jason Tamanio captured the NJAC Men's Outdoor Track and Field Rookie of the Week, while Ryan Mastrangli was chosen as the NJAC Baseball Player of the Week. Lastly, Molly Green earned NJAC Women's Lacrosse Rookie of the Week honors as well. We are so proud of these profs.
And with that, we'll be right back with more All Access after this quick, short break.
We are neighbors and best friends.
I love my sister.
My heart doesn't see race. Love is love.
Our family is no less than any other family.
Todd's a great guy. I mean, look at him. What a sweetheart. Attaboy. Wait, Todd, what are you doing? How totally selfish and un-Todd-like of you. Come on, Todd. Come on, man.
Welcome back to All Access. I'm Kyle Hoose. We are out here on University Green with my special guest and co-host,
Lloyd Wilson.
Man, loving it out here, enjoying the sun, soaking up the weather in this beautiful outside area. Now, Lloyd, we got plenty of topics to talk today while we are out here.
To talk about, you know, obviously got the football at hand, so it's only right that we talk about the teams that will hopefully make some much-needed adjustments in their draft season this year or in the upcoming draft. New York Giants, Philadelphia Eagles. Obviously, I'm going to talk about my G-men. You're going to talk about those boys in green.
Them boys in green.
But first off, I'm going to go to you. I'm going to switch it back to you. What do you think the Eagles need to do? You said they have the 15th and 18th pick after trading from the New Orleans Saints.
So they made a lot of good trades. I really like what they're doing so far. I mean, I got to give them credit. Howie Roseman, as much as he gets a lot of heat for different things, he can't really draft well, more of a free agent guy. He's really killing it in this draft. You know what I mean? So moving back, so he gets another first next year and a second. Moving with the Saints, we all knew they weren't going to use all 3 first-round picks. It would be way too much money, way too much guaranteed, pretty hefty on the salary cap. So they're keeping it to getting future assets. I think they're all about helping Jalen Hurts. I mean, they're giving him one season, a full season under this coach that isn't new, and maybe they're going to try to get him some weapons. So my prediction is they get at least one receiver with their first 3 picks. So I would say a receiver, maybe an edge or corner, but we know Howie loves his trenches, so I think they get a wide receiver and a D tackle.
And when I was looking at more of the NFL reports and hearing some of the aficionados, the goal of it was just in case you have that next year, that first round pick next year, just in case the Jalen Hurts experiment doesn't work out, you give yourself some kind of leeway to, if you want to go after a quarterback next year, you can have that kind of advance already in you as a team. So You don't have to be really so low in the draft where you have to really give up a lot just to get into a high spot. So you don't know where the Eagles could possibly end up next year, and then if they want to move on from Jalen Hurts or continue the experiment, at least they have a first rounder.
Now, do you think, so we know the Giants have 5 and 7 at their pick.
Yeah.
A lot of rumors are they're at least getting an offensive tackle with 5, and they might do something like a corner and edge with 7. Do you think they use both of their first-round picks this year, or do you think they trade back 7 to get a future asset for a team that needs a quarterback?
I said the emotional fan in me is going to say, yes, they use both picks, and the emotional fan in me will say they use both picks on offensive alignment. The offensive line has been atrocious ever since, the Eli Manning days, really the back end of it. And now the early years of Daniel Jones, not able to hit his targets. He's done well, and I mean, when I say done well, I'm not saying from the win or loss record. I'm saying from the production that he's able to just do on the field in general, being able to make certain throws or make certain reads with the amount of time that he does not have inside the pocket. So I'm going to say the emotional side on me, 5 and 7 they use for offensive tackle. I know I like the guy out of NC State, Iguanu, Akeem Iguanu. And then Evan Neal, obviously, is a freakish talent from the offensive line position. So if you're able to get both of those, if the teams ahead want to use pass rush or even corner, even probably one of the best talents in the draft maybe this year, the safety out of Notre Dame,
Kyle Hamilton.
If they want to go that direction, that's fine. The Giants can look at it for offensive lineman. But the realistic person in me says you get an offensive lineman and then see what you can get for 7. Just, look at the opportunities that are available to you, such as how Roseman did. See if you can maybe get a first for next year, just in case you need to put yourself in a position to maybe get a quarterback and Jones doesn't have the year that you won't expect him to have because, hey, once you get an offensive line or at least a decent one, you can see what you can do. And then maybe if you want to package 7 with Saquon Barkley, you have an option there as well. Again, there's a whole bunch of things that they could possibly do, but you definitely use your 5. 7 is optional, but if you do continue to use that 7th pick, I think you got to go defense. I mean, James Bradbury is getting paid a huge contract, definitely has not been productive, especially the year that he came off of one of the top corners in the NFL. You got to look somewhere else, and the contract that he's getting paid is way too much.
Well, he might be traded. We have heard rumors about him getting traded, but think of it this way. Yeah. Carolina has the 6th pick.
And I said
they need a quarterback. So I don't know if the Giants could really trade back with 7. I think if a team wants a quarterback, they're going to have to trade back with that 5th pick and use 7th as their first.
So you would say the 7 is really the pick because the 5 you're going to use as
trade bait because you got the Atlanta Falcons sitting at 8. You got the Pittsburgh Steelers. They still might need a quarterback. There's later round teams that need a quarterback, and the Panthers are sitting right there at 6, and they're waiting for Malik Willis or Kenny Pickett to fall right to them. And if I'm Atlanta, I'm calling and be like, hey, I need the 5th pick. Jump them so they get their pick. Now, that's if the quarterbacks all fall there.
Yeah.
There's been slight rumors of Detroit taking a quarterback with their 2nd pick, not the 32nd pick. I like it, but at the end of the day, it's just I can't see it. I think Jared Goff is a fine enough quarterback to get it done while they're rebuilding. So now, we just talk about the mock draft. We talk about these athletic specimen monsters that are playing on the defensive line, these stud wide receivers that are running down the field. But there are some prospects for the NFL mock draft this year at our campus. And fortunately for you, that's us. That is me and Lloyd Wilson. We are going to be showing you what type of prospects we want to see, what type of route running, what type of trench monsters that we want on our team for the Eagles and the Giants. Lloyd, you know what time it is?
What time is it?
Time to play ball. Woo! All right, we're back showing you some prospects, some athleticism. We need the Eagles to replace Jalen Reagor. He's a bum, first round wash. We need another guy. So we're gonna prove to you right now who we can get. Let's go. Hut!
Jalen, that's what
You should have caught that. You should have caught that. Now you're on Instagram Live.
The safety.
Come on.
The safety was over there. He's gonna hit me. This is why we can't get no championship.
Yeah, this is why you gotta catch the ball.
Oh. Well, how about you throw a better ball? All right, now we're gonna see how quarterbacks warm up. I'm gonna go over here and give it to my man's QB2. And we're gonna see, if he has the right hips. You know what Shakira said? Hips don't lie, baby. They never lie. So now, you gotta show me, how do you properly warm up?
I'm QB1 with these movements. You ready?
Oh, let me see the hips. Oh, he's a little stiff there, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, We gotta really show them how a QB1 does
you see the throw motion? All right, let me see how it's done. Come on.
With those hips, you won't be able to get it to a receiver 15 yards. Now you gotta get the hips in it. Now watch it.
I'm
You gotta
watching.
bend down. You gotta get the knee movement.
I'm
By a
watching.
90-degree angle. Now watch it. Hey.
Oh, whoa, that's a little too loose.
You know what I'm saying?
You gotta get sacked.
You gotta get to the hip switch. Hey.
That's a little too much. That's a little too much. That's a
And then
little
when
too
you're
much.
ready to go, you throw it away. You gotta see, everybody's around the pocket.
All right.
Just learn a QB lesson, one-on-one. Back here with QB1, QB2. See, we gotta change his position because he ain't have the hips in it. So we're gonna switch him over to wide receiver. So I'm gonna throw him a lob pass. Let's see if he learned anything from Odell and Jarvis Landry. So I'm gonna need you to go out there, go on the slot.
Right now?
Yeah, of course, right now. So I'm gonna show you what these hips can do. And
I'll show you what my hands can do.
Oh, okay, so let me see.
All right.
If you Odell Beckham Sr., Jr., or just
I'm
a
his son.
baby. All right. Ready? Oh. Hips, hips, hips.
Oh.
Hips,
Oh.
hips.
Ah.
Now I'm an All-American. I could be receiver, I could do quarterback, but I also can play center. I'll protect your quarterback. So look, you gotta get in a three-point stance. Down here. Single rush. Listen to the count.
Ready. Hut.
Move those feet, move those feet. Are you able to stay calm under pressure? Listen to the quarterback. Let's see if I can get this ball.
Ready, Oklahoma, 62, Blue Spider, 42, roll, hut. Man,
What a day.
what a day at the Combine.
The Profs combine.
Profs Combine.
And tried to show these chumps what the professionals do on a daily
Well,
basis.
you showed them how to use the hips.
Yeah. Don't lie.
You
Never.
showed them why the Eagles need another receiver.
Yeah. You showed them also why, Rager can't be trusted. So yeah.
Oh,
and maybe
okay.
Hurts at one point because over the head.
Okay.
Yeah.
Showed them spectacular catches, but
Yeah, you had one of those.
Yeah.
Everybody gets one.
yeah, and you had that really good snap.
Oh yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah.
Staying calm under pressure.
Yeah.
Had to get to.
Yeah, you're like Quentin Nelson out there.
Oh yeah, like one of the best. One of the best.
Well, thank you for watching our Rowan Combine. We showed you some of the best athletes and athletic plays that we could have here at Rowan. Lloyd showed some great snaps. I showed some great catches. And now we're going to send it over to a commercial break so we can get back in the studio.
Listen to me. I am captain of the track team. And if I'm late,
She doesn't really think she's going to get out of here, does she?
Be nice. She's new.
Hello, is anyone there? Ugh!
Wow. Even from our standards, you look awful.
Oh, sweetie, what happened?
Me? My friend Becky got to talk to this super cute boy, and I tried to act like I wasn't jealous, but I so totally was. And then out of nowhere, this concrete barrier just popped up. Maybe it was a semi.
You mean you were driving?
Yeah. I mean, I know the whole eyes on the road thing, but this was a super important text. Maybe you have to know, Becky.
Texting? Great.
But it was only like 5 seconds, and I'm a really, really fast texter, so it wasn't even a big deal. Actually, has she texted me back yet? Wow, I get like no bars in this place. I wonder if they have Wi-Fi here.
Oh, look, a redhead. Staring contest. You still got it.
I know.
Come alive with the forest.
The dad was cute.
You were looking right at us.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Hey, did you know that 2.4 million loving cats and dogs in shelters and rescues need our help to find a home? Go to theshelterpetproject.org and search your local shelters and rescues. Go for a cuddle with your next best friend. Adopt.
I see it, I see it.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
Did you see that amazing transition?
Welcome back to another episode of All Access, one of our best segments out here, and we're going to recap how our Profs performed in the NJAC playoffs for the basketball team. We call it Profs Playmakers. Now let's take a look at the plays that were made. Starting off with the men's quarterfinals against NJCU. Our team is great out there, celebrating, huddling up, getting ready to go and take on NJCU. Now we see them coming out the outside with a slam dunk layup. What a perfect drive for them. Fast break, moving across the logo, driving in strong, 2 feet with the layup. Just another perfect shot by Rowan. Now we see them outside point shot. A little bit of a rough shot, but he comes in and gets his own rebound, and that's what matters. Now we see him pulling up from deep. Bang! As we see it got right in there. Rowan staying strong. Now we see him grabbing the rebound, turning the feet, putting up the basket, and it's another easy point for him. These guys are making it too easy for this team. Rowan driving against step back, swoosh. Bang again. This team cannot be touched on the three-point line. We see him driving in, a little spin move, little alley-oop layup, another easy access point. Now we see him driving up really fast and just another layup after layup. This team cannot guard the center. Crazy block. You can't do that in our paint. We need to see another layup, and another layup. Now we see them bringing it up. Seems the end of the game, celebrating. Rowan came out on top, and that's exactly what we wanted to see. Great celebration by them, great teamwork, and we are happy for our Rowan Profs.
See, now the men's got their dub, 96-91. Now, let's head over to basketball, women's basketball, as where the Profs finished the season strong with a record of 17-9, and their first victim was in the NJAC tournament will be the Ospreys. We start off with a Grace Marshall keeping her eyes open, coming down in transition. Times up her teammate Nicole Mallard for the tray as the Profs retake the lead in the first quarter, 13-12. And they're not done shooting threes as Grace Marshall spotting up for her first three of the game as well. Grace Marshall not only can swish, but she can also dish. Here, as you can see here, Marshall dishing to Nicole Mallard as the Profs get red hot from deep and another long bomb from three. The Profs will also show off their defensive prowess as here is Jaslyn Duvergus as the senior and the steal with the spinning and winning on the other end, taking it all the way. The Profs extend their lead 26-21 after that steal. Duvergus would not be done. As you know, she had to join in that splash action. As here she is draining this three-pointer in the corner right in front of the Ospreys bench when the Profs led 29-21 early in the second quarter. Sam Rinaldi also coming down the court, takes her time, retreat dribbles, then blows by her defender, kicks it out to Nicole Mallard for another triple as the Profs are in control midway through the second quarter. 36-23. Nicole Mallard, also being a great teammate, was able to set a defensive screen for Dakota Adams and then swings it to a cutting Sam Rinaldi, slicing and dicing through that Swiss cheese D. And then, look, the Profs got an easy dub.
They got an easy dub.
Lloyd, I mean, that was great. The women's team, they had a sensational year. But let's bring it back to the men's team for sure. Saturday, February 26th, the Profs took on arch rival Stockton in the NJAC final. We start in the second half as Marcellus Ross, he gets the steal, goes down the floor, and Damian Smith, he's able to help him out and lay it in. A couple of possessions later, Ross does what he did all year, hits the corner three to make it a 4-point game. The Profs had to battle back in this one. Ariana Zemi, the transfer from Rutgers Camden, had 11 in this contest. We moved to less than 9 minutes in the game. Damian Smith with a big shot to put the Profs ahead by 1. Next possession, Smith again. Good. A force fast. Forward to under 2 minutes remaining, Stockton retook the lead, but Rowan would not go away as sophomore Andrew Seeger gets the steal. He passes then to who other than the final scorer, Damian Smith. He was leading the league, leading the team as well. In the next possession, Hafiz Melman with a strike pass to Seeger for the lay-in, but it would be too little, too late as Stockton would get a stop and hold on and win and claim the NJAC title. An exciting game, guys, but Rowan just came up short in their comeback attempt. So, it was a good year for the Profs. They get bounced in the first round of the NCAA tournament, but that NJAC game, they came all the way back. They were down a ton, made it an exciting contest in the end.
They struggled all year with the Ospreys. Anytime they went against them, whether it be at home or away, the Ospreys were able to sweep the season series. But when it comes to playoff basketball, it's totally different. Profs made a comeback late, but as you said, just a little bit too little, too late.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. We always see Stockton. They always battle well. We saw the girls do really good against them. The men's team almost came back. But we have a lot of Rowan sports to talk about. We have a lot of exciting teams that are having a great future, and they have a great present right now. Rowan baseball, they're pretty hot, Nick. What do you think they're going to be doing right now?
Listen, yesterday, Eli Atia, I've said it all season long. He has been unbelievable. Pitched another gem yesterday. Ryan Murphy hitting dingers once again. I mean, he's been on fire. And Lloyd, we got to talk to his dad before one of the games a couple of weeks ago. He's excited. He's excited about the season his son's having. And Ryan Murphy, I mean, he's coming back with this team once again. Last year, he joins that championship run that they had. He's one of the leaders now of this team, one of the older guys on this team, I guess you say, a veteran. And he's showing why. He's hitting home runs. He's leading this team offensively.
Would you call him an old head?
Yeah, he could a little bit. I mean, a little bit. He's one of the older guys on the team now, but he's a vet.
Just one more piece about when we talked to his dad. I mean, his dad was actually kind of disappointed that they were playing Ramapo that day. That's the game that me and Nick had called. I think he was expiring for Keene. He wanted them to
thought it
play
was
Keene.
Kane.
Kane.
The schedule switched out.
There's a whole lot of postponements.
Games,
so I'm gonna switch over to softball. I think they've had a tremendous season. I was able to watch them before I went off about my day. They were going against Stockton, so they split the series that day. They won the first game, lost the second one. Rather, flipped that one. They won the first one, lost the second one. But anytime they go against Stockton or even a TCNJ, it's always NJCU rather. It's always a tightly contested matchup. But I think the women's team is going to do just fine. I think they've been playing really well.
They've been playing great. I mean, the Rowan softball team, they fight dirty, they fight hard, they got strength, they're really nitty-gritty, and then they're really taking that team over the top. I'm really excited what they're doing. I know they kind of started off a little slow, but they came right back up. Kind of like women's lacrosse. It was the same way. But this softball team, I think they're really doing some damage against these other teams.
And I'll add about the softball team. Emily August yesterday threw another complete game shutout. I mean, she has been ridiculous.
She's on fire.
She almost threw a perfect game early on in the year. She comes back with another complete game shutout. She has been unbelievable. She can't be touched. She's hitting both sides of the plate. She's utilizing all of her breaking pitches. When you have a pitcher like Emily August, this team can go as far as they want, and they've won 4 out of the last 5. Yeah. So with her pitching like that, they're going to continue to win games like that.
I think she could be MVP of that team. I don't really think anyone could argue against her.
No doubt.
I mean, pitching the shot, she is that huge foundational piece that this team needs to keep them going forward. We'll see if she keeps playing hot and keeps getting ready. But moving on to football.
Yeesh.
I know it's off season right now.
Yeesh.
I know they had a rough season. Yeah. What do you think the future's going to be?
I already told you. I think they need to stop running that Baltimore Ravens offense. I think they at least open up the playbook just a little bit. Allow Husney to throw. If not Husney, allow another maybe person to come in and throw. Like, just add them some kind of flair to the offense. I think last year, Nick obviously can attest to this because he called virtually almost all the games.
Yeah.
Just watching their offense is, kind of stagnant. You need to open it up just a little bit. Defense, you can't be giving up as many points as you do, but I think defense you can get better. I think that's more of a communication thing. But just open up the playbook just a little bit more.
Nick, what do you think?
Listen, last season they had a lot of young players. A lot of young players coming off of the COVID year. So it was an adjustment year, I think, for Rowan football. Mike Husney, I was talking to him a few days ago at the big drive, the big bone marrow drive that they have here on campus. He's excited going into next year because they have a lot of returning players. So they built a year with chemistry. So you have Mike Husney coming back. John Maldonado. I mean, Money Maldonado. Yeah. You throw it down there, he's going to catch it. It doesn't matter where he's out on the field. He was unbelievable last season. So you have him coming back. James Farah in the backfield. He'll be back. So a lot of returning guys on the offensive side of the ball. They ended the season last year at TCNJ with a win. They can build off that big victory because offensively they were great in that game. Mike Husney just has to be efficient. Let him take off when he has to because when he does it with his legs, this team's very dangerous. So when they have that nice balance of running the ball with James Farr, Mike Husney, and throwing it downfield to Barrett, to Maldonado, they're going to have a very good season, I think, next year. But defensively, they need to figure it out.
So I called the Christopher Newport game for RTN, and I liked what I saw. It was a very exciting game.
Right.
Offense was playing great. They got some turnovers. My biggest thing is defense.
Yep.
Now, we have a great offense, I think. Like you said, got to open up the playbook. Got to really dive deep and just keep it simple. Keep it to the basics. We don't got to be doing crazy stuff. But this defense has to play tougher and smarter. I've seen way too many times game-winning touchdowns happen because a corner is having no help from a safety, or
Right.
they're just leaving a guy wide open on a slant route. We can't keep doing that. Rowan football showed some great promising moments. I know their record won't show that,
Right.
but I really think that they have a great future going forward. But that's kind of all we have for today. Just want to say thank you guys for tuning in. This is a wrap-up of our season. I want to thank everyone that works here, whether it's behind the scenes, in front of the scenes. You guys were all great this year. These have two of the best co-hosts I could ever ask for. And thank you for watching, and we'll see each other in the next time.
All right.